So I was just having to think on my couch and realized, hey, most people enjoy money. They want it, they adore it, they spend their entire lives trying to attain a fragment of this resource to make their lives easier, so they don't end up like friendless virgins on their ex-wife's boyfriend's couch. It isn't simply an American concept. Every one of you watching this wants money. Babies want money, your grandparents want money. Jesus once said, don't make false golden idols to yourselves, give that shit to me, you asshole. The first line of the court system is pay first, justice later. You could say the same thing for doctors. The phrase on every American dollar, in God we trust, that was a typo. It's meant to be read as in gold we trust because that's the only thing we can trust in life to not betray us in the end. If you somehow got your hands on a genie lamp, what's the first thing you're gonna wish for? I'm sure it's not gonna be world peace. That's right, fucking dinero. Aladdin did it, Chester McBadbad did it, and you're sure as hell gonna do it. And it's not like it isn't obvious why you'd want money. Anything can be attained with enough money. Houses, cities, you used to be able to buy people legally, anything your heart desires other than happiness. Specifically on Sunday because that's when Chick-fil-A and the strip club are closed. What am I getting at here? Well, the thing is, money sucks and I hate it. And now, I'm not saying we should all live in a communistic society where no one buys things and you're just given whatever you need if you don't have it. No, I already go to the welfare office. I'm talking about money as a form of economy. Let me explain. We used to have money figured out. It was large as shit, it was thick as shit, it was hard to lose, and it was hard to break. Nowadays, what do we have? The flimsiest, weakest, easiest to lose paper imaginable. Not only that, it's small and could easily be crumpled into a ball. Money shouldn't do that. It should punish you for even thinking of stuffing it in your pocket like a receipt. Instead, it bends over and allows you to fuck it any way you want, like the bitch it is. What material could you think of being less durable than paper? Was plastic too expensive for a country that only keeps sinking further and further into debt? Probably because they keep making dumb choices like this. This is how companies get you with gift cards, because they're much more durable and much harder to lose, but they're also only able to be spent at one store. It's like saying, oh, you don't like the flimsy wooden armor that you can bring into any fight? Well, here's the Mega Supreme armor, but you can only wear it during a boss fight. Pennies are made of a decent material, but I gotta ask, why? The copper you get by melting the coin itself is worth twice the actual value. Why not take these materials and use them for a $20 coin rather than a coin worth 1/20th of a Tootsie Roll? I can see better use melting the metal down and shoving it down the throats of my enemies like Valerian rather than giving it to someone and saying, alright, where's my popsicle, bitch? Oh wait, I need 200 more? Okay, I'll just get them from my wallet. If we're gonna destroy Earth's materials to spite Little Dicky for that terrible song he made, can we at least not make those metals and such worth practically nothing in our society? We might as well cut down the rainforest and make little notes worth about 0.0000001 cent to piss off activists. Back to how weak the money that actually matters is, why does it have to be so easy to lose? You could just be holding on to it during a regular day and a slight breeze could come up and that would basically blow it away and you'd never see it again. If I could make a suggestion, why not just coat all of our money in barbed wire? Think about it, if you try to crumple it, you'll hurt yourself, or much worse, it'll stick to your clothing so it'll be less likely to fall out of your pocket or wallet, and you're less likely to be robbed because they don't want to deal with that mess, so they'll just shoot you to get it over with. It's basically a win-win scenario. There's only a single problem that I can find in the design, and that's when I think about actually using the money. But hey, why use money when you can be safe? Swallow that blue pill, pull up a chair, and live in a world where everything is okay. Also make sure to wear solid armor in a bunker no one can enter or leave once inside to completely shield yourself from that cruel world. Yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, money. With the custom notes for each country constantly being produced, inflation is going to make that note less valuable over time. With this constant loss in value, we see different alternatives across the world. Sometimes people create more currency to pay off war debts, which just leads to more inflation. Post-World War II Germany is a perfect example of this. They made so much money, millions of their notes could be found in the streets, and an entire wheelbarrow could be filled with it and only be worth about $3. The same kind of situation happened with the Romans when they hired mercenaries to protect their territories. They ran out of money, so they had to make more. Inflation is a prime factor for fucking up your economy. But in truth, what is really the root of inflation to begin with? Money. Money is in fact the root of inflation and is responsible for the fall of empires. Going back to the Romans, they're all dead, and what did they use? Money. What did the Confederate Army use? Money. I believe not one person puts into terms how terrible money is better than our very own Marshall Mathers, who points out in his song, If I Had, money is what makes a man act funny. Money is the root of all evil. And Eminem is exactly right. The Nazis used money. The Marxists distributed money. Adam Sandler makes way too much fucking money. We all like to believe that money could never change us because we're that one kind of person who would definitely give to the needy and help out at a homeless shelter. And to all the people who think that here's a needle to let out some of that hot air from your skull before you blow away in the wind. Anyone ever heard of a guy named Justin Bieber? In 2010, he was just this little baby who was always so humble because he liked to make videos making fun of
people who like to flaunt their wealth, because he could never flaunt his wealth. Hey, look, here's a video of him 5 years later doing a music video where he talks about his wealth.
In truth, money is what drives all of us forward, because without it, you're nothing and will end up dying from lack of funds. People live and die because of money, and that's just how we as a society choose to work. Just like how we used to know the right way to make money, we also knew the best way to trade goods and services between two parties without the need for currency. When the Spaniards bartered with natives, they gave necessary or valuable materials in exchange for other materials they couldn't get back home. That's called bartering. Why did we get rid of it? You know eBay? Well, what if every business was like eBay, but instead of haggling how much money you pay for this cursed sword, you haggle over which item you want to exchange for another item, like trading a ring off my finger for the limited edition Freddy Got Fingered Funko Pop, or a piece of dog shit for a copy of the Master of Disguise. Imagine going into a coffee shop and talking with the barista over what you want in exchange for your soy boy latte. They might just have a whole room in the back dedicated to a bunch of useless junk that they wanted. It would be better than money, because then we can all strive to get different things through barter rather than all wanting the same kind of currency. It's like Pokemon. Not every person wants the exact same card. They built different decks to create better combos and shit. Maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! Would have worked better for this setup. I've never played Pokemon the card game. My point is, instead of everyone wanting the same shit, we can barter and end up with more of the stuff that we want. Like a kid might somehow end up with a fucking mansion through a bunch of trading, and you could just trade him like a holographic Charizard for it. Why do I keep going back to Pokemon? But still, the kid gets the thing it actually wants, and the adult gets the thing that they actually want. You could bring up the argument of, hey, why don't you just sell your shit online and then buy the things that you want? Because then I couldn't haggle a 10-year-old out of a fucking mansion, obviously, you idiot. And even if they aren't dumb enough to actually fall for that, then you could still, haggle with them and not have to go through the grueling process of an eBay purchase. Just cut out the middleman, so you're just exchanging items one for another. It's much more simple that way. This is all a big fantasy for a joke video, though, so the best way for you in our current society to barter valuable things without having to deal with something like, I don't know, an economy crash that happens every 100 years, then you can just, convert all of your money to gold and diamonds. So convert all of your money to gold and diamonds and everything will be alright for you. Probably. Okay, bye. Man, I cannot wait for the comments in the comment section to tell me you can't just like money, and then they're not gonna realize that this is all played for satire and a fucking joke. It's gonna be fucking great. Oh, by the way, if you're watching this far into the video, then I sort of want to get some criticism to help make my videos better. So if you guys want to just put it down in the comments what you think I should do, I'll try and implement it into my content, unless it's to cut off my cock or something like that, because I kind of like my cock. So I'm just gonna, that's the drawing point. Anything else is valid. Okay.